thought he could get into no trouble. He thought he was a prince because he was endorsed by Nancy Pelosi. And every time something came up, like with his affair with Fang Fang and all the Chinese secrets, he was just walking on water, and he never got into any kind of trouble. Nobody said anything. And then I watched some of the testimony today on television with these women, one of whom said he not only raped her, but she is sure he put a drug into her glass of wine. That now pushes him into criminal. And that now pushes him into being criminally charged and probably going to prison for this. This is fascinating to me. But this is all I'm talking about lately is like this book, Real Men Don't Go Woke. And I'm talking about how men are hiding from intimacy. Now, what Swalwell was doing was hiding from intimacy with his wife, thinking he walked on water and he could get away with anything, with any women. And then these other women are coming out. And a friend of mine who used to appear on Court TV with me, Lisa Bloom, she is Gloria Allred's daughter. And she is now taking over all these sexual harassment cases. So she's following in her mom's footsteps. Her mother is now 84, so I guess she's tired of doing this. And Lisa's just picking up where her mom left off. So all of these women are now coming out. They wouldn't come out before because they thought that they wouldn't be believed. And then one came out, and another came out, and another, and they're all kind of coming out of the woodwork. And he is in deep, deep trouble. And, I always wonder, how is his wife handling this? What is she saying about all of this? He has kids. What is going on? I do believe that we've been talking a lot. I've been talking a lot and doing a lot of research about the young women, the young woke women who are mentally disabled. The mental illness of that age group, especially 18 to 21, is off the charts. But let us not reserve that only for women. Here's this headline. New York man allegedly tried to stab a family member. I mean, we're hearing a lot of these crazy things, but he was dressed as a cow. When I first started talking about furries in this book, people said, come on, did you make that up? I said, no, furries exist. They wear these costumes. It's men dropping out of intimacy with a woman. That's how I have called it. And some of them dress up as dogs and walk around on all 4 feet and walk into the street and sniff people. I mean, just as they are dogs. I think here is our limit now. And the rubber band is getting tighter and tighter. And then it has snapped. And this is what this is. So he's trying to stab a family member while he's dressed as a cow. Why a cow? Who knows? But he was in his cow costume, just as I noted in Real Men Don't Go Woke. These furries are mostly men. Some women do dress up, but the majority of them are men. This guy is 47 years old, about the same age range as the research that I have done and what I have found. He was apparently so angry that he was unable to stab this relative, and so he took the car door and socked him in the leg with that. Look, I can't say this enough times. When we go to, and I mean we, I don't mean me and you, but when people go to use violence It is because their words are not coming out the way they should. And because they haven't used language that they can use to overcome the negativity that they're feeling and the anger inside them. Did he think, this guy with the cow uniform on, did he believe that his family wouldn't recognize him? Did he believe for a moment that he'd be able to get away with this because he was dressed as a furry? I just don't understand that. And in my research, I did research to find out that some schools, some progressive schools, allow students to come to class dressed in their furry costumes, and they put out kibble for the animals. I couldn't make this up if I tried. Neil, I know you're laughing, but I couldn't make this up. They put out kibble, and they also put out the stuff that the cats pee in, that granular stuff, to make it seem realistic for these children, rather than say, I don't think that might be a way to navigate through the world. Instead of giving this as a lesson, as an educational experience, they're encouraging this in the progressive schools. And so a man grows up, he's 47 years old, and he decides to try to stab a relative dressed as a cow. I mean, this takes the cake. I don't know where we're headed as a society. Can you imagine if President Trump is sending our troops over to Iran, and one of them decides one night, oh, I really miss dressing up as a furry. I have to get my cow uniform. I have to get that back. This has become insane. And we have encouraged that. The school systems, not all of them, but some of them have encouraged this. Well, obviously, the guy needs to be locked up in an insane asylum. He needs to be really scrutinized. But all the costumes in the world will not take away from the fact that this guy tried to stab a family member. What is going on? I'm telling you, the rubber band, the stress that people are experiencing is getting more and more intense, and the rubber bands are breaking. And so, if you know anybody who's dressing up in animal costumes, do not encourage this. If it's a family member, you might want to have a long talk with this person. You might want to encourage that person to seek some help. There are therapists. I learned from the book. There are therapists who dedicate their entire therapy to treating people who love dressing up as furries. I know you've been dying to get that information from me today. And that's my Gildagram for now.